Ghost Beast!
Ghost Beast.
A horror podcast. I'm Todd.
I'm Becca.
And together, we're going to watch every single horror movie. Which is why today we watched Him from 2025. Actually watched it Saturday because we did our Cinemark movie date. Which just means that we went to the mall super early Saturday morning, got boba, and went to the movies. It's directed by Justin Tipping.
He's so funny.
Our cat is going to be so fucking present for this episode.
He's being so goofy right now.
I think this is his first horror movie, which might be appropriate because this is a football horror movie. I think it's the first football horror movie that I can think of. Can you think of any other sports horror movies? This is like a very unexplored subgenre.
Yeah, not in sports like this. Like, obviously there's, I guess, like rock climbing and stuff, but not like...
Yeah. Team sports?
Team sport, organized sports. Yeah, I don't think I can really recall a sports horror movie that I might have seen.
We got a brand new horror subgenre, and honestly, I am here for that. Which is funny because I am not a sports person, even a little bit.
No, you're not.
Okay, thanks.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, you're not.
Yeah, I guess. You were kind of a sports person. You played volleyball.
Yeah, I played volleyball and basketball.
All the tall girl sports.
Yeah.
And I know you were into football for a while. Was that just because of your dad?
Purely, I think, just because of my dad. I think it was just like another thing to like do together. You know, like I would do like fantasy football and stuff like that. And, you know, he would talk about the stats and stuff. I'd listen.
My dad would have been so much happier with you as a daughter than the disappointment that is me as a son. Because my relationship with my dad and sports is like in third grade being forced to play baseball and crying every single time that I had to go do it because I fucking hated it so much. We did 1 year of that, and I think after that, he was just like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Because I was so fucking miserable.
Yeah, I did 1 year of softball, and I hated it. So some kid threw it so hard at my face that knocked a tooth out. So I was
got
like,
hit in the face with the baseball too.
Yeah. That was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I think that was my first day, which probably added to the trauma.
God,
because some kid.
Well, no wonder you didn't want to go back.
Yeah, among many other things.
Yeah.
I would have much rather been playing video games at home. But a kid threw a baseball at me, and I wasn't looking, and that turned into a whole lesson of like, do not fucking throw a baseball at someone if they're not looking at you. Like, make sure they're looking at you first.
You were that kid's lesson.
I think they made it into a full lesson for the team.
Oh my God.
I mean, we were pretty young.
Maybe that should be like one of the first things you talk about.
You would think. That probably explains a lot about my development, was that day in third grade getting hit in the head with a baseball. It could have been so different. I could have been a fucking genius if it wasn't for that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you could have been like in the MLB or something.
No, that was never going to happen. No. But yeah, this movie's funny because when I said we were going to see it, one of my friends was like, really? Because I guess since it's like a football movie, I think this might be seen differently by people outside of horror.
Yeah, that's definitely something I want to get into with this.
Because that's the thing for me as a horror freak. When I saw the trailer, even before, because I think a lot of people saw Jordan Peele attached to this, and that's what got people excited. I know a lot of people thought this was directed by Jordan Peele. This is thank you so much, movie studios, for this fucking bullshit. Because nobody's mentioning Justin Tipping. It was just Jordan Peele nonstop.
The marketing obviously failed this movie. Okay, maybe not obviously, but I do think the marketing hurt this.
I'll get to that in a second because I do want to ask you about that. I have thoughts on that.
Yeah, me too.
But for me, though, it's like, again, as a horror fan, as soon as I saw the trailer, even before knowing it was Jordan Peele, it was just like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, the style of this movie, and that's the thing, like, I guess we can get into that. I don't want to talk too much about the reception of this. We could just say, like, the day before we went, I was like, oh, let me check Rotten Tomatoes. This is obviously going to be, like, 90-something% because it looks fucking incredible. Yeah. and it was at 30%. And that was like shocking to me.
It shocked me too.
And it's funny to see it has become like super divisive. Because I remember like beforehand, I just looked a little bit to see like what are people complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw people who'd seen it early were saying like, oh, this is a much more like artistic movie than people might be expecting. Like it's much more about the vibes and the visuals and stuff like that. But the funny thing about it is like what I got from the trailer is like exactly what this movie was.
Okay, yes, me too.
Okay. Well, then how do you think it failed it?
Because I think that there are people like us who are constantly watching. Yeah, I mean, we are active in the horror community. I feel like there is, as much as I would love to believe everybody loves horror movies as much as I do, they don't. And I think that trailer worked for a lot of people who know what to look for. I was hoping this was going to be kind of art house.
Yeah, I mean, based on the visuals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, if it lets me down and it's not art house and it's more, I don't know, action or whatever, that's okay too. But I'm really hoping this is going to be a little bit more art house. And it was. And I think it was perfect for the content.
It definitely didn't feel like horror fans in our audience.
Yeah.
It felt more like regular ass people who were talking a lot and shit. But people broke into applause when the movie was over.
They
so
did.
Like,
everybody seemed to love it.
That's the other thing that's just so funny about the reception. It paints such a weird picture of what this movie is. And like, if I'm going to talk about it just overall without spoiling anything, it is kind of one note. It's like, you know, if you're getting a football horror movie, like you kind of know already what it's going to tackle, like what subject matter. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone if I say like it tackles CTE and toxic masculinity and like all this shit that you would associate. And so like maybe in a sense, it's not really reaching beyond that and doing anything extra. It's doing exactly what you expect, but it is fucking beautiful. Like the imagery in it is incredible.
Yes.
And I think the story and everything, it is very fun. It's a very effective horror movie. And so it's like, if I look at it in like a very critical way, like, yeah, I can understand if people think it isn't like doing a ton, because it's a very simple story. It's mostly in like one location, but it does such a good job with it that it's like, it doesn't bother me. I still really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I did too. And I think this sort of met my expectations. I won't say it like exceeded it, maybe a little bit.
That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. But I already had high expectations for it. So the fact that they even met that, I think it was a really good movie. I think it's sad that it's getting so much odd criticism. Let's take a step back and try and understand the movie a little bit. I don't know.
It does feel like the internet is getting way more divisive, where it's like you have to love something or you have to fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And that's super annoying. I guess it's been like that for a while though. The one thing I did think is interesting, I looked up some of the production a little bit. So this is based on a movie that was called Goat, which makes sense considering how much they fucking say goat in this movie. But like the original script, I think, had like a pretty different ending. And I did read about that after the fact. We'll get into that in spoilers, obviously. But like the original ending seemed to be much more interesting, I'll say. Even though I think the way this ended was still really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both liked it. Sums it up.
Yep.
As far as content warning.
Well, I mean, this does tackle CTE. That's very traumatic. So if you're not ready for that, I mean, the whole movie is based around that.
I guess that's the thing, is like, since I don't have a history with sports, it's like I can't really relate in a certain way with this. But I know like for instance, the last podcast on the left right now is doing a series on Aaron Hernandez. I don't know if you heard of him. I hadn't, because I don't follow any of this shit.
No, I'm not really familiar with any of that.
He was a football player who committed murder and seemed to be like heavily affected by CTE. And I think one of the things that has been coming through with those episodes is that like there is definitely, it's not even a generation, because I think this is probably as old as fucking time. There are a lot of people who grew up with sports, especially football, in a certain way that was maybe kind of traumatizing.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of those things, if you have that kind of connection to sports. I mean, this movie does not hold back with the depictions of, CTE and all these different things.
Yeah, or injuries in sports in general.
Yeah, yeah.
It's brutal.
It's very brutal. And the kind of abusive relationship with sports and with like having to commit yourself to sports.
Yeah.
And give your body and mind to sports. So that stuff is like, it's definitely heavy. I guess it's funny because I can't relate. I mean, I got hit in the fucking face with a baseball. That's like as bad as my trauma gets. So I could completely fucking relate. I probably have. No, I'm not going to joke about that.
At least in volleyball, there were plenty of girls that got really bad injuries.
Oh, yeah.
And I
could
did
see
too.
that shit, a spiked volleyball wrecking the shit out of your face.
Well, yeah, there's that. But mostly it was knee injuries.
Oh,
knee
that
injuries
makes
are
sense.
really common. I had knee injuries. I had to get surgery.
Yeah.
So, and it took me out for my senior year, which I was like so looking forward to because I just loved playing volleyball so much. And it took me out the last half of my season. Sucks.
Sports as a concept is still crazy to me. I've never really grown out of my dorky ass opinion when I was a kid, which is like, it's fucking dudes running around with balls and we're just watching them play the same game every week. Why do people like this?
I don't know. I miss volleyball. I always had
playing
fun.
it seems
Yeah,
kinda
especially
different.
playing on the beach.
Yeah.
I miss that a lot. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of think watching sports is something that I don't do as often as I used to. Like, I definitely used to spend a lot more time watching sports,
Yeah.
but not so much anymore.
I guess I can understand like the community aspect of it and just watching people kind of give their lives to this pursuit. I guess I can understand that a bit. It's just, I don't think it's ever going to be me.
I mean, my dad and I used to go to a sports bar, and it would be the same people every week
Yeah, yeah.
watching games. And yeah, it's like a little family.
But if you're a sports freak and you're a horror freak, if you have that crossover, I don't understand how him would not
I think this
be
hits it.
interesting. Yeah.
There was definitely watching this accessed I feel like a part of my past where I used to love sports so much. I think it made it really enjoyable to watch. It was interesting. I've never seen the two blended like this before.
Is there a different reality where you would have been her? Do people say that? Nobody says her, do they?
No, not
They say
really.
I'm him. Do you ever say I'm her?
Maybe I will.
There you go.
Her is a different horror movie.
Yeah, I don't want to see that one. That's scary. But why don't we just get to spoilers? So I have a favorite scene. You have a favorite scene too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite element of this movie, though, in the big picture, is seriously Marlon Wayans' character. Because the funny thing is, like, the main character, him, what's his name? Cam, who plays him in the movie, which still awesome title. It's funny that like
I love the title.
they had that title GOAT and they were like, nah, him. It's like they just I think that did a lot of heavy lifting too with the marketing and stuff.
That's
It's
so
just like,
cool.
oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
His character, I guess he's supposed to be kind of like this everyman, like likable dude, because he doesn't really have much of a character for most of this movie, I think.
I think that's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it is. But meanwhile, like that gives Marlon Wayans room to just like fucking take over this movie. Like I like the fact that early on you can feel this kind of antagonistic energy from him, like from the get-go, even though he's inviting him in to train and to like replace him, you know, which seems to be very altruistic.
Yeah.
And finding out that no, like he is the villain. Like he is
Yeah.
the villain of the movie. And it was like antagonistic from the start. I think that was a really cool way to take it. And like Marlon Wayans, like he portrays this perfectly. It's that like toxic masculinity. It's that Andrew Tate shit. You know what I mean? Like that
Alpha.
way, that alpha shit.
Alpha.
Bring him in under his wing and then just abusing the shit out of him. That part of the progression of the movie is cool because in the beginning, yeah, Cam is being set up as like the next big thing, like right out of college, right? And yeah, they kind of open the movie up with that scene of him training, and then that fucking crazy costumed barbarian guy comes
Yeah.
up and like hits him in the head with a hammer. There's a lot of stuff in the movie with the imagery.
It was a goat, wasn't it? I think
Goat
it was
man.
a goat.
Yeah, was that the team's all their imagery was very like Satan coded.
Yes,
Very satanic.
it was really cool looking. I loved it. I love the tassels hanging off.
Yeah.
The shiny tassels.
That was one of the elements I thought was like really interesting in the movie, is the way that like partly through all the insane imagery, they do kind of leave you wondering how much of this is real and literal and how much of it is just fantastical. Like that, was that supposed to be him actually getting hit in the head by a hammer, or was it supposed to be like the portrayal of some kind of injury? But the movie, like, I think that's the thing that they leaned on with this that I am most conflicted about. So the original ending that I mentioned, so that was in the script for Goat, it kind of ends with the idea that this is a literal curse that Marlon Wayans is inflicted with. Because remember at the end they show like this has been passed on, like the goat status has been passed on through generations. And it's supposed to be like, yeah, it's a literal curse that he is passing on to Cam. And I think that is like such a cool, like I'm always down for movies that kind of play it straight and then at the last minute pull out some kind of weird supernatural shit. Like that would have been pretty fucking awesome. But it feels like they were trying to make this way more grounded and real.
Yeah.
And so that instead they go the like Illuminati route where it's like these powerful people have been influencing his life up to this point.
Being groomed.
Yeah, basically being groomed.
Which happens.
Oh,
that does happen.
That's just part of the many issues this movie tackles.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would have been down for the more supernatural thing.
Me too.
You know? Because I think you're kind of questioning that the whole time. But I think in retrospect, after the way it ended, I think it's pretty clear that everything played out very literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as like obvious as it was, there are like two different special effects shots that I thought were like fucking awesome that they keep reusing in the movie. One of them, of course, is like the X-ray thing, which they show in the trailers. I don't know why that looks so unsettling. And it's so interesting. I wonder like how they did that. It has to just be computer effects.
Yeah, I was curious about that too. And I feel like there could be a universe where they might be like staging that scene with an X-ray. I feel like that would also put the actors at harm to do that many times.
Yeah, I don't even know if it would be possible to capture it that way. So I would love to see some behind the scenes shit. Maybe Corridor will cover that at some point. Because
it has to be full siege, as they'd say.
I think it's full siege.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because if it is full siege, those artists did that perfectly.
Yes, they did.
It
they
just
did
looks
an amazing
so good.
job. The art direction on this was incredible.
Yeah, every part of it. But it was specifically like as creepy as that always looks, it's the way that blood looks in the X-ray vision. I don't know. I've been thinking about that since we saw it because I cannot figure out how to put into words what I get from that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's because it just looks so scary and unsettling. It makes it look real in a weird way.
Yeah.
I think just stylistically, that was perfect.
Yeah, and what a great choice for the theme of the movie. Like, of course you would have something that would look like that. Why not?
And it's showing like the internal bleeding and injuries, you know? And that was the other thing is like, I also really like the shots whenever he was given like medicine or something and they would have that really quick internal shot of like the blood draining on his brain and like weird stuff like that. All these like medical shots. It's like a great way to turn that into horror. And it was very effective.
It was super effective.
So what was your favorite scene, you think?
I think I really like the ending
the
most. I think the way that they like show him passing on the curse or him. Yeah. Which is so crazy to think back. Like his dad was grooming him because he was telling him, you are him. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah.
I think there are definitely people, I mean, this is their life.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are people that like as soon as they can start walking, they're playing the sport and then expected to keep continuing to play the sport as they get older, looking for scouts in high school and college and Yeah, and I think that element of it too, the way that it portrays like giving everything you've got to something, which I guess is like, that's probably part of the appeal of watching sports because it's a whole team of people
in this position where they have to sacrifice everything to be where they are. So they're playing it like 200%.
And that's why people love watching the Olympics. Like, these are people that they've dedicated their whole lives to this.
I guess it is like, in a way, it is a way of showing respect for that commitment, as horrible as it might actually be.
Yes.
So yeah, it portrays that very well. And yeah, I guess at the end, the fact that like, no, he has to fucking take this from Marlon Wayans. It's not just going to be handed to him. So they have to have like a fucking duel at the end. But it was satisfying to get that like little cathartic ending where like when they're asking him to sign on the dotted line. It's so in your face with this stuff because it's like on a giant pentagram. You know, like it's literally like signing your soul away.
Yeah, I'm also a huge fan of horror films right now. I feel like within the last like 10 years, really driving home the idea that Christian religion specifically, and that's what it's showing in the beginning, is like derived from pagan bases. Like it's, and
well, it's interesting.
Look, it's Rapture Day, whatever.
Like, yeah, after today, the people who get mad at that, they aren't even going to hear this shit because they're going to be raptured. Yeah, it is interesting. That's another thing in this is like the way that there is so much like Christian imagery, which is also like very common in sports.
Yeah.
Juxtaposed with, the all the very satanic shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that, the team, their mascot is like a goat demon or something like, it's pretty on the nose. And man, what about Tim Heidecker? He was.
Oh my God.
I'm so glad that Jordan Peele keeps using him because like he's so fucking good in this.
Every role I feel like I've ever seen him in, it's like perfect. Like that, of course, yes, yeah. So
he can do it all.
Yeah, it's always cool, seeing someone super funny in a horror film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny because at the end when he was just taking out all the like executive people, I was like, oh shit, is he going to kill Tim Heidecker too? Like he's
got him.
He's not that bad. Because the build-up was like, oh, he's so heartless. You can't kill Tim. And then I think he winds up surviving and is like, oh.
And no, he doesn't survive. He explodes into blood.
Oh, well, at least he doesn't get killed by Cam. That's what I mean.
I think he like was on the pentagram and then exploded.
For some reason, I knew that was going to happen. Did you see that coming?
I felt like something was going to happen there.
It suddenly felt like extremely Ready or Not at the end. So I was like, oh, is he about to explode? And then he did. And it was like, oh, it just totally is doing a Ready or Not. If you haven't seen Ready or Not, don't think about that too hard.
Don't think about that too hard.
But my favorite scene, I think, is like, it's another one that is very obvious, but it's the part when it's kind of like the first real exercise because they really lull you in. I love the way they do chapters with the different days. And at first it's just like, relax, get comfortable. It's like all nice. But when they first start getting into the real exercises and it's the like passing drills where every time he's too late, a football smashes into his teammate's face. Yeah. It's like, again, even knowing nothing about football like me, it's very clear what we're saying here. Like the pressure that is put on them and the team that is putting their bodies on the line for you. And it's extremely fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But I think that it worked so well to like transition into the horror elements of the movie because you could see him slowly panicking and it gets very brutal.
It does.
I thought that was a good one. And I think like, that was what really like set me up like, all right, here we fucking go. Like now we're doing it. Mm-hmm. And the movie after that might not do anything like super exceptional. Like I was wondering where this would rank for the year for me. And I think like, I could definitely see this being on the top 10. I don't know if it's going to be like high on it. You know what I mean?
No, I can see this being on top 10 for me.
Yeah, I think it's just it does everything that it does very, very well.
Yeah.
But it maybe it didn't surprise me too much, I guess is the thing.
Yeah, it didn't really surprise me too much either. But I mean, I'm also just happy that it was as cool as I thought it was going to be.
Fuck yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's why overall I'm very positive.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess maybe some people were disappointed by that a lot more than I was, but I just think what we got was still fucking awesome.
Yeah. A lot from what I read online about people being disappointed, for some reason, just thought Jordan Peele was directing. And that really,
they really fucked up on that.
I don't know why they did the marketing like that. Like, I can't imagine.
Well,
like,
I know why.
Well, I mean, I know why too, but I mean, I just feel so bad for Justin Tipping because that should have been his name all over that. And I think, like, why not let him forge his own path? You know, and of course you could say, like, Jordan Peele is producing, but I think he did a really great job. Have we even seen is this his debut?
Justin Tipping?
Yeah.
As far as horror, I think so, yeah.
I think it's a great debut. This is a great debut horror movie.
It's funny. I think they really, what is that? The phrase? I was getting ready to say they bit themselves on the foot. That's not a phrase. What am I? I'm combining two phrases.
I feel like I need to keep track of. I'm trying to think with.
They bit themselves on the foot with this one because I'm going to just make it a saying. Whatever.
Maybe it is a saying.
It's not. It's
okay.
definitely not. But they, the thing is, like, using Jordan Peele's name is obviously going to get a lot of attention, but it also brings, like, certain expectations. And I think that they fucked themselves over because if they just said it was Justin Tipping, they didn't even need to use his name.
Yeah.
Just treat it as, like, some new horror movie that's not connected to, like, Jordan Peele.
At least not his filmography. Like,
yeah, it might have gotten a better
and
shake.
I do think the name does sort of lend to that as well because, I mean, him is a very Jordan Peele-esque name for a
Let's
movie.
be real.
So,
nope, us, him.
Yeah.
Get Out is the only one that's 2 words.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, okay. I can really get it. Like, he follows up Nope with
him.
Goat.
I mean, there are definitely still people who are strongly associating this with Jordan Peele and his other movies.
Yeah.
So marketing was odd.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe we shifted a little bit. I don't know. Tried something different.
Yeah, it's not really fair. They definitely bit themselves on the foot with that one.
They totally did. But the trailer was good. I will say that.
Yeah, so we enjoyed it. If you're on the fence and you, for some reason, just listen to our spoiler section, go see it.
Yeah.
Make up your own mind.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have said that way earlier.
Maybe we should say that in the beginning.
You can go to ghostbeast.com for all our links. We also have a store. If you want to support us, you can buy some stickers. I think pretty soon we're going to start trying to do t-shirts through that company you're working with.
Yes.
And if you want to see that, you can search for Lux Fatale, follow her, and check out all of her cool artwork. We're also on YouTube and TikTok. We should say next month for October, we started last year with this thing we call Horror Love Fest, which is because when we first started dating, remember we made a Google Doc where we were like sharing horror movies we wanted to watch together, and we just kind of threw away this Horror Love Fest title. I don't even remember which one of us came up with it.
Oh, I think you did. And it would just be something that each year it would be Horror Love Fest 1, Horror Love Fest 2. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was because we would watch a horror movie every day.
Yeah.
So we would make a list in there together that we could reference. But last year, we decided to be maniacs and release a new episode every day because it's fucking October.
Yeah.
That's what you do. And that was a lot.
That was hard. That was a lot of work. It was like months of work.
We're not doing that again.
Yeah.
But we are doing a new Horror Love Fest where we are kind of focused. It kind of happened accidentally, but we're very focused on anthology horror movies. So we're watching the Creepshow movies. We're going to watch VHS Halloween. We watched Trick or Treat. And we're launching a new feature on YouTube called Red Band Rewind, where we're covering Tales from the Hood, which is another anthology horror movie. But the big main attraction next month, we've been through Friday the 13th. We've been through Nightmare on Elm Street. What's left?
Hellraiser.
We've been through Hellraiser. So we covered Phantasm this year. We watched all 5 movies. It is a fucking journey.
Yes, it is.
Let me tell you, we were not expecting how attached we got to it and how emotional we got over it. So if you don't know what Phantasm is, you should watch those.
Yes.
Watch those now and then listen to our episodes next month. In the meantime,
watch along with us.
Do that.
Which one?
They're fucking very worth it.
They are.
If you are a horror fan, you should definitely familiarize yourself.
Yeah, I wish I would have gotten into this franchise sooner. Yeah.
But in the meantime, you can also follow us on Letterboxd, where we rank everything we cover. Oh, good enough spot. I'm not going to look too hard.
Okay.
I put it above Together and below Phantasm 2.
Wait, isn't that spoiling where we're putting Phantasm for the...
Yes. Look, if you've seen it, you know. That puts it number 87 on our list.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been working on Phantasm for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We started a few months ago.
Yeah.
But you can also email us at podcast@ghostbeast.com. Are there any other sports horror movies? Let me know.